Hi folks, we know brands are gold for the balance sheet, but what about your personal influencing brand? Because every time you're involved in a conversation to influence someone, they're asking, who are you? And you need to get intentional about how you're coming across. Here are 3 intentions you need to get famous for in your personal influencing brand, together with some CEOs that illustrate them brilliantly.
All right, ramblers, let's get rambling.
Authenticity is the first intention to get famous for in your personal influencing brand. Brené Brown describes it brilliantly when she says, deciding to be authentic takes courage. And by courage, she means to tell the story of who you are with your whole heart. Now, Elon Musk is a great example of authenticity. He's no doubt a genius. He founded PayPal, he founded Tesla, he founded SpaceX to put a civilization on Mars, but he brings it all back down to earth with his authentic communication style. I mean, he breaks all the rules. He ums, he ahs, he breaks up sentences, he puts pauses in random places, but he gets our confidence with this authentic behavior, and more importantly, he gets the confidence of his investors. Here he is using his authentic style to explain the Boring Company.
Our target actually is, we've got a pet snail called Gary. This is from Gary the snail from South Park. SpongeBob SquarePants. So Gary is capable currently he's capable of going 14 times faster than a tunnel boring machine. Okay.
You want to beat Gary?
We want to beat Gary.
The second intention to get famous for in your personal influencing brand is get famous for being a collaborator. When you think about it, you've got an outcome and the person you're talking to has got an outcome too. So you've got several different ways you can approach this. You can get salesy and push your outcome and damage the relationship. Or one I see a lot is getting really appeasing and nice and give away value and hope that they'll buy from you in the future. Or you can be collaborative and have your outcome, but also be genuinely interested in them achieving their outcome too. Now, the research suggests that in long-term relationships, when you both collaborate, you both end up with a much better outcome. And this outcome gets on steroids when you've got a pro-social cause that you're talking about too. Now, Jamie Dimon was voted recently by Forbes magazine as one of the most collaborative CEOs of the Fortune 500. He steered JP Morgan Chase through unparalleled disruption. And here's how Jamie explains his approach to collaboration.
Bureaucracy kills. Bureaucracy drives out good people, it drives out innovation. It makes the person in the office next to you a competitor and not a collaborator. And that's a really bad idea inside a company.
Optimism is the third intention to get famous for in your personal influencing brand. Why? Because optimists are more persuasive, they generate more followership because people like following optimists, and they bounce back better from rejection and challenge. And let's face it, whether you're talking to an internal stakeholder or an external customer or client, they're often discussing their challenges with you, and they prefer a more optimistic way of thinking and talking about the future. And the great news for us is that optimism is a choice. How you explain things to yourself, and more importantly for our purposes, how you explain things to others, is a choice. Now, Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, illustrates this brilliantly.
I recommend always thinking about really what's meaningful, what's that mission, how can you make the world better, and if you have passion around it, then you're going to get through the hard times.
So they are the 3 intentions to get famous for in your personal influencing brand. It boils down to building authentic, collaborative relationships built on achieving optimistic outcomes together. And that's as good as it gets.